know? Sonic Heroes was Sega's first multi-platform title. After the re-release of Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube, Sonic Team licensed the Renderware engine in hopes to port the game onto GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2 as comparable as it could. Unfortunately, the PS2 version of Sonic Heroes showed lackluster performance, having more bugs and frame rate issues. Izuka believes the game would have ran better if the team started from scratch on the PlayStation's hardware. Critics throughout the game noticed the level designs were more creative than past games. An interview with Izuka stated, previous Sonic games were more story-driven and constrained the level requirements to fit a cohesive narrative. Sonic Heroes wasn't very story-driven, so the team was free to be more imaginative to the game's levels. Izuka originally wanted a 3D casino level in Sonic Adventure, but had a hard time determining how it would fit the game's story. Sonic Heroes has a full roster of 12 playable characters in the game. This feature landed Sonic Heroes in the Guinness Book of World Records with the title Most Playable Characters in Any Platform Game. This is thanks to the game's focus on team-based gameplay, having each team with 3 playable characters at a time. The idea was partially in response to Sonic Adventure's gameplay styles. Takashi Iizuka believed the changes in gameplay between characters from the Adventure series limited their audience from hardcore gamers. The game was also originally going to be named Sonic Adventure 3. However, it was changed to Sonic Heroes not to confuse newcomers to the series, as the first 2 Adventure games released on Dreamcast then was re-released on GameCube. This would also be the end of the Adventure duology, as it was the last time we would see Ryan Drummond reprise his role as Sonic along with Dean Bristow as Dr. Eggman, who sadly passed away shortly after Heroes released. Not only that, but a family had a part in the voice acting for the game. Tails being voiced by William Corkery, his sister Emily Corkery who voiced Charmy B, and their father, Phil Corkery, who voiced Espio the Chameleon. Extra fun fact, William Corkery would be known as the youngest voice actor in the series at age 10. We would also see the return of Shadow the Hedgehog. Originally, Shadow was to remain dead following the events of Sonic Adventure 2. During a Q&A, Iizuka stated, as you know in the story, Shadow was only meant to appear in that single title. But because of the reaction from the fans, we decided to bring him back in the Sonic Heroes, and eventually you saw him in his own title. It wasn't only Shadow that made a return in Sonic Heroes. This would also be the first time we would see Team Chaotix returns in the game, Knuckles Chaotix on the Sega 32X. The game would also feature team-based mechanics, having 2 characters tethered to each other at a time. Iizuka believed the team would be perfect considering both games' mechanics. However, the team went through some changes since their 32X debut. The biggest change is the characters' ages, Espio going from 17 to 16, Vector going from 16 to 20, and Charmy being the biggest change out of the team, going from age 16 to 6. The team also became a detective agency, and Espio became a ninja. Their team blast, though, sounds like gibberish. Each character has lyrics to their part, but can't be heard due to each team member drowning each other out. Their team blast could also make reference to a concept art for Sonic 1's soundtrack showing Sonic in a band with Vector on the keyboard. There's also a few characters missing from the team. As we all know, Mighty's in some bar, and unfortunately had to say au revoir to Heavy and Bob. In Izuka's mind, Sonic Team weren't just reintroducing characters, but making new characters with past designs. This is most relevant to the UK spin-off series Sonic the Comic, where Charmy is seen in his Heroes design 9 years prior, sharing the same hyper little brother personality. This would also be Cream the Rabbit and Cheese the Chow's second debut in the series. Their first debut was in Sonic Advance 2. They can also be seen making a cameo in the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure. Funny enough, their first appearance was supposed to be Heroes. However, their purpose for their inclusion in Advance 2 was to differentiate from Advance 1's gameplay. Cream and Cheese would go on and act as supporting characters in the Sonic the Hedgehog anime Sonic X, along with Team Chaotix's introduction in Season 2 of the show. In the Sonic the Hedgehog game collection, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, an early version of the game's intro and cutscenes can be viewed with unfinished and finished textures switching back and forth. It also features an unfinished version of the Sonic Heroes theme with the lead singer of the band Crush 40, John Gioeli, scatting the lyrics. Unused files can also be found in the game. Dialogue from the level Mystic Mansion shows a part of a level that alludes to a room full of doors and switches. However, the room's data does not exist. Unused files also shows the Team Blast feature shows it was intended to be activated when all 3 team members are active, whereas the final game restores your team. There's also a scrapped idea for Metal Overlord where he would turn invisible for the first phase of the boss fight. There were also plans to include the Chow Garden, however, Izuka decided to remove the feature to keep players from being distracted from the main game. There's also some typos and mistranslations. In Final Fortress, the dialogue where at the beginning of the level Sonic states, "This must be Eggman's headquarters." When the text spells out, "This must Eggman's headquarters." After activating the self-destruct button, Tails will ask, "I wonder why it self-destruct," after advising to hit the switch. In the Japanese script of the game, Tails states, "Why would Dr. Eggman make the self-destruct switch so easily accessible?" to make a meta joke about the game's level design. In Super Hard Mode, Knuckles asks Tails if he can handle the stormy weather, with Tails admitting he's afraid of it. This is actually a reference to Tails' character trait that he's astrophobic. It could also refer to the Sonic the Hedgehog 1993 OVA.
Hey, we should hurry!
As Team Dark, if you switch to the POV mode and look at Rouge, she will wink at you. More secrets about the game can be found in the instruction manual of the game. For example, Dr. Eggman's bio states he's a romanticist and a feminist. So that means there's 2 Sonic characters that are feminists.
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender roles, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo. What? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
Guess what, Sonic Heroes? I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Think I missed this? Time to crack that Eggman wide open. Yeah, let's party.
Okay!
Yeah!
Now I get it. Now I know what this is about. You're mad at Eggman for sealing you in this room. And you can't remember anything. And then it's settled. Oh yeah, baby. This makes us a team.
Whatever it takes, I'll find the truth.
I am Omega, the ultimate E-Series robot.
No time to waste just standing here. Come on, let's get going. Okay, Cheese. Let's go find Chicola. It's here. We've got work.
I've heard good things about you and require your detective services.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
SBO, don't be silly. Besides, you know our policy. Come on, boys. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Roger.
Step aside, I'll turn the page. Breaking through your crazy maze. Like a laser beam, my eyes on you. Watch me rule the night away. Watch me save the day. Feel my storm is getting close. Heading your way. Sonic Hero. Sonic Hero. Find you, can find you.
Witness this invincible revolution, built by the hands of a genius. Its power unmatched throughout the universe.
All right, Eggman. Let's get this party started.
You'll regret this, Doctor. Even if I'm not real, I'm still the ultimate life form.
You want to fight? You've got one. Let's get that bloated buffoon.
Once we start a job, we finish the job. That's our policy. Defeated? Impossible! No! Then who was it? Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world? It was...
All living things kneel before your master.
Metal Sonic has finally transformed! It's useless! Metal Sonic has combined your data with the power of chaos and is super strong! We can't defeat it!
Okay, then. Let's get ready to do this. We'll show that creep the real superpower of teamwork.
It's no use. But why can't I defeat you?
Because we're Sonic Heroes. All right! Our next adventure awaits us, so there's no time to waste. Yeah!